What's up, though, Evolution, and welcome to the Evolution. If it's your first time here, that's the name of the people that support me, but also a reminder to grow, to change, to,
keep evolving.
No matter what goes on in this life. As you can see, we got this 21 Pilots Blurryface reaction pulled up. Well, album pulled up, but you guys are watching this reaction. And I'm going to listen to this album uninterrupted, except for after every song, we will look at the annotations just so I can understand what's going on, because I have a hard time kind of understanding the first time. But I will be reading the lyrics. I got the lyrics pulled up on Genius. It's a little bright for you guys, so let me make it a little dimmer so you can see. But I got Genius pulled up, and we'll be reading the lyrics as I'm listening. And then after, we'll go through the annotations just in case there's anything I didn't catch. Or just, background knowledge for anybody who wants to know more. Because, some of the people that subscribe to me have never heard this album, so maybe they want to learn more. I don't know. Maybe you are a fan of this, but you just want to know a little more insight. So we'll get the regular reaction, and then we'll do the annotations for anybody who wants to see that. Other than that, I'm hyped to hear this. If you want to see my trench reaction, I did do a trench reaction. I did it on stream, though, so I apologize for talking through some of it. I won't talk through any of these songs, so we'll be chilling. Other than that, if you do enjoy this, catch us on Twitch. All my ats are under here. Other than that, let's do it. First song is called Heavy Dirty Soul.
There's an imposition in my mind's imagination. I hope when they choke on smokers, I'm smoking them at the basement. This is not rap, this is not hip-hop. Just another attempt to make the voices stop. Rapping to prove nothing, just writing to say something. Cause I wasn't the only one who wasn't rushing to saying nothing. This doesn't mean I lost my dream. It's just right now I got a really crazy mind to clean. Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm Mr. I, therefore I'm Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? Nah, I didn't understand the thing you said. If I didn't know better, I guess you're already dead. Mine is zombies walking around, but it ain't been a hunch. Saying stuff like, you only live once. You got one time to figure it out. One time to twist and one time to shout. One time to think, and I say we start now. Sing it with me if you know what I'm talking about. Gangsters don't cry, therefore I'm Mr. I, therefore I'm Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? Death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit. Death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit. Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? For me. Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul? Can you save my every dirty soul?
Nice sound effects, standing it out. Cool record. That shit was like epic energy, high energy, thoughtful lyrics too, to where I was like looking at it and pondering what they were meaning on different parts. I'll say the first part that stood out to me was when he said, "Gangsters don't cry, therefore I am Mr. Misty Eye, therefore I'm." And that had me thinking, because I was like, oh, so he's saying I'm not a gangster at all. But it was like interesting in the way he did it. It's like almost like coded singing, which I always think is really cool. And then there's a couple of things, like they said something about the imagination that had me thinking. And then let me see. And then of course the chorus is, "Can you save my heavy dirty soul?" I was like wondering who he was speaking to at that part. That I was like, I wasn't sure, but it sounded really dope though. I don't know if this is something I personally would put in my playlist, but that's totally fine, because a lot of times these won't be songs that I put in my playlist, but I can still appreciate it for what it is. And I will tell you if it would go on the playlist. If you're wondering what I do listen to that would go on my playlist, I'm usually listening to hip hop and R&B or some kind of melodic indie alternative type of thing. So that's usually what would go on the playlist. But I still, I've started doing these reactions to expand my palette, expand my music taste. So even if it's not what I would normally go towards, I still can appreciate things about it, especially as a producer, especially as a primarily hip hop producer. So it's still really cool either way to learn about this stuff. Anyways, let's see what the annotation says. Heavy Dirty Soul opens with a genre-bending flurry of raps and industrial beats. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say too. I really like how he be rapping. Like he sings, but he sing raps. It sets the tone for the rest of the album as an exploration of the Blurryface character created by singer Tyler Joseph. The song was featured on Madden, NFL, and WWE 2K16 soundtracks. The verses of the song are taken directly from Tyler's street poetry. What's his street poetry? Hold on, there's a little annotation for that. Let me click the link and see what it says. Un momento, because I'm curious now. Oh, like literal street poetry. It takes you to a YouTube link. Oh, okay. He was like rapping and acapella, and then they put it on the beat. That's cool. All right, word. Dope. Let's go to the next record. This next record I know already, but we'll still let it play in case anyone wants to hear it. And then we'll just look at the annotation, because I already know what the song's about. But in case there's any other information in the annotation we want to know, check it out. This one's Stressed Out, though, unless I said that already.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurryface and I care what you think. My name's Blurryface and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I'd probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, cause we have the same nose, same clothes, homegrown, a stone's throw from a creek we used to roam. But it would remind us of when nothing really mattered. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder. My name's Blurryface and I care what you think. My name's Blurryface and I care what you think. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly it far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
We used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, bunny. We used to play pretend, wake up, you need the money. Used to play pretend, give each other different names. We would build a rocket ship and then we'd fly far away. Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face, saying, wake up, you need to make money. Yeah.
That song is hard. Of course, I know the song. I've always loved the song since the day I heard it. I've seen the video and everything. I've always loved that part where it's like, sometimes the smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I make a candle out of it. If I ever found it, tried to sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only sell one. Maybe to my brother, because we have the same nose. Like, I love that whole part where he's spitting. It's just very relatable. I've had that sensation. I'm sure a lot of us have had this sensation, because I've seen that line go viral a few times and people make jokes about that line or even just references to it. And I know it's because we've all had that similar experience where it's like you smell something and it takes you back in time and you're like, huh? And sometimes you can actually call where it comes from, because he was like, I'm never able to identify where it's coming from, but sometimes you can. Sometimes you're like, oh, this room smells like, or this area or this candle smells like. Sometimes it is identifiable, but I still like the idea of it. Even the idea that you can't identify it is sometimes relatable. So I think that part is really cool. Let's see what this about says though, because I know what this song is about. You know, it's just about growing up and then being stressed out from when, and then reminiscing on when time was more carefree. But let's see what they say. The lyrics of Stressed Out are told in the first person, with a story being told by both the character Blurryface, a representation of Tyler's insecurities, and anxious Tyler feeling intense childhood nostalgia. The song is primarily about a wish to regain the innocence and carefree nature of childhood before insecurities, before Blurryface existed. It was released on April 27, 2015 as the third single. It managed to become number 2 on the Hot 100. The music video features Josh and Tyler riding big wheels and hanging out in their bedroom, suggesting a state of crippling nostalgia and perhaps even Arrested Development. Damn. Arrested Development. On April 30, 2021, Stressed Out was certified diamond by RIAA, their first diamond certification. Dope, son. Let's go to the next record. This next record is called Ride. Oh, I've heard this one before too. But still, we'll let it play as well because it's a great song.
I just wanna stay in the sun where I find, I know it's hard sometimes, pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much, but it's fun to fantasize on my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was, but it's fun to fantasize. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home who tried talking to you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions, they're folded like, who would you live for? Who would you die for? And would you ever kill? Oh,
He bodied that. Second verse, he went crazy.
So I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much.
Hey.
I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much.
quite hard.
I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Oh, I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, I'm falling, so I'm taking my time. Taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my. I've been thinking too much. Help me.
That part's so tight.
I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking
That's
too
so sick.
much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me.
That part was tight. I don't know why when I listened to that song the first time, I never really paid attention to that. Second time hearing that, excellent. I'm glad we actually played this record again and I didn't just skip it being like, oh, I already heard it. So, because I was able to appreciate it more. Because I think the first time I listened to it, somebody recommended it. I was like, oh, okay, cool song. But now I'm listening intentionally. So listening intentionally, I'm like, oh, I actually really like the song. It almost feels like reggae influence, almost like that band. What was that band? Magic. The ones that made Why You Gotta Be So Rude, Don't You Know I'm Human Too. Kind of how they have like a blend. Except theirs is a lot more 21 Pilots is a lot more alternative rock than Magic. But I was just saying kind of how it feels like groovy. It reminded me of that. Ride is about the journey of life. Throughout the song, Tyler indicates he is feeling like he's dying is easy, but feels like dying is easy, sorry. But finding someone or something to live for is life's challenge or ride. The song contains heavy reggae influence. There we go. That's exactly what I was saying. The song also contains callbacks to various 21 Pilots, including Heavy Dirty Soul, Lane Boy, and Ode to Sleep. I don't know those songs, but maybe at some point I could listen to them. Let's go on to the next record, though. This next record is called Very Local. I really rock with how he be like rapping. That second verse was killer too. Sound like a weekend beat, old weekend beat.
I'm fairly local. I've been around. I've seen the streets you're walking down. I'm fairly local. Good people now.
I feel like I've heard this song too. I don't know why.
I'm able to
Maybe in a
recall
movie.
what I shouldn't do, I will. They say I'm emotional. What I wanna save, I'll kill. Is that who I truly am? I truly don't have a chance. Tomorrow I'll keep a beat and repeat yesterday's dance. Yo, this song will never be on the radio. Even if my click would have picked and the people would have vote. It's a few, the proud and the emotional. Yo, you, bulletproof and black like a funeral. The world around us is burning, but we're so cold. It's a few, the proud and the emotional. I'm fairly local. I've been around.
This one's tight.
I've seen the streets you're walking down. I'm fairly local. Good people now. I'm not evil to the core. What I shouldn't do, I will fight. I know I'm emotional. What I wanna save, I will try.
Yeah.
I know who I truly am. I truly do have a chance. Tomorrow I'll switch the beat to avoid yesterday's dance.
Yo, this song will never be on the radio. Even if my click would have picked and the people would have vote, it's a few, the proud and the emotional. Yo, you, bulletproof and black like a funeral. The world around us is burning, but we're so cold. It's a few, the proud and the emotional.
I'm fairly local. I've been around. I've seen the streets you're walking down. I'm fairly local. Good people now.
son. That one was hard. Another thing with the raps just captivating. It's like, I know it's not everybody's style. I remember playing car radio for my friends some years ago, and then I was like, yo, 21 Pilots is a song car radio. He rapping real good, and I played it for them, and they're like, oh man, it's whatever. They said a few other comments which I won't repeat because they said it to me in private, so I ain't gonna say it in public. But I thought it was fire, and they didn't think it was fire. So I think I'm glad to be hearing more of it on this project. This almost felt like some Linkin Park stuff too, like some Transformers, Linkin Park. Or I could see this in a movie. I feel like I've heard this in a movie scene or something. I don't know why. I feel like I've heard this song. Definitely never heard the full, but that one was tight though. I rock with it. No pun intended. Fairy Loco is the lead single from 21 Pilots for the album Blurryface. The song describes two sides of Tyler's personality with two opposing verses. One is narrated by Blurryface. I see. I didn't realize those two different perspectives. A personification of all of Tyler's doubts, insecurities, self-loathing. Another is told from the perspective of Tyler, Tyler himself, who is trying his best to destroy Blurryface. There we go. Despite the fact Fairy Loco received no official radio rotation, the track peaked at number 4 on the Billboard Digital Song Chart, number 8 on the Billboard Hot Rock Song Chart. Hell yeah. Fire song. Understandable. Definitely deserved it. Let's go on to the next record. Let me know if this song's been in a movie or something, because I feel like it has, but I don't know. This next record is Tear in My Heart. Tear in My Heart. Oh, it might be Tear in My Heart, actually. I never realized they're spelled the same. That you're alive and have a soul, but it takes someone to come around to show you how. She's a tear in my heart. I've definitely heard all these songs. What the heck? Whatever, we'll keep it letting it play. I promise you, somehow I've heard all these songs. I don't know how. The songs on the radio are okay, but my taste in music is your face. And it takes a song to come around to show you how. She's the tear in my heart. I'm alive. She's the tear in my heart. I'm on fire. She's the tear in my heart. Take me higher than I've ever been. Than I've ever been. Than I've ever been. Than I've ever been. You fell asleep in my car, I drove the whole time. But that's okay, I'll just avoid the hole so you sleep fine. I'm driving here, I sit, cursing my government for not using my taxes to fill holes with more cement. Right. You fell asleep in my car, I drove the whole time. But that's okay, I'll just avoid the holes so you sleep fine. I'm driving here, I sit, cursing my government for not using my taxes to fill holes with more cement. Sometimes you gotta bleed to know, that you're alive and have a soul, but it takes someone to come around to show you how. She's the tear in my heart. I'm alive. She's the tear in my heart. I'm on fire. She's the tear in my heart. Take me higher than I've ever been. My heart is my armor. She's a tear in my heart. She's a carver. She's a butcher with a smile. Cut me farther than I've ever been. Than I've ever been. Than I've ever been. Oh, than I've ever been. My heart is my armor. She's the tear in my heart. She's a carver. She's a butcher with a smile. Cut me farther than I've ever been. I too have a tear in my heart, Tyler. I also have a shorty who has once put a tear in my heart. Been there, done that. Let's hope that never happens again. Multiple. Let's hope none of those ever happen again. Right now, we're good. But beautiful song. I feel like, I swear, It's so weird because I know that when I was younger, I might have skimmed through the album, like played 10 seconds of the song and left 10 seconds and then just played Stressed Out. And then I've heard Ride. But I've never like sat and listened to these songs fully. So there's no way I could have heard these songs unless they're just literally in song and like commercials and movies and shows. Cause I'm like, I swear I heard that song, but I have not sat and listened to this album in full. So I'm like, how am I hearing these songs? I don't know. But I know that song was really good and really catchy. I really like how he's singing on that. That joint was tight. That one seemed like a special one. I actually would have listened to that one. Let's see what the song's about though. Tearing My Heart is, well, I know it's about, it's just having a tear in your heart caused by somebody, but it's the second single from 21 Pilots' fourth studio album Blurryface, inspired by Tyler Joseph's wife, Jenna Black. The song details the importance of their relationship. Tearing My Heart is the only song from the album not to feature Blurryface, who is a character representing the protagonist's fears and anxiety. This fact may insinuate that Jenna protects him from Blurryface. Oh, so he's like his truest self with his wife, which is really sweet actually. W wife. Get the character, you get the anxiety away. The anxiety's not even here when I'm with you. That's really cute. Let's go on to the next song though. This next song is called Lame Boy. I also like that I can understand the lyrics without really looking. Like I can hear him pretty clearly. That's pretty fire.
Tempo change every other time change, cause our minds change on what we think is good. I wasn't raised in the hood, but I know a thing or two about pain and darkness. If it wasn't for this music, I don't know how I would have fought this. Regardless, all these songs I'm hearing are so heartless. Don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless. Honest, there's a few songs on this record that feel common. I'm in constant confrontation with what I want and what is popping in the industry. It seems to me that singles on the radio are currency. My creativity's on the free when I'm playing shows. They say in your lane, boy, lane boy.
He doing good on this one.
We go where we
this
want
crazy.
to. They think this thing is a highway, highway, but will they be alive tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah.
They be alive tomorrow. I'm sorry if that question I asked last scared you a bit like a hazmat in a gas mask. If you ask Zach, my brother, he likes when I rap fast. But let's backtrack, back to this. Who would you live in that for on that list? But the problem is, there's another list that exists and no one really wants to think about this. Forget sanity, forget salary, forget vanity, my morality. If you get in between someone I live with me, you're gonna feel the heat of my cavalry. All these songs I'm hearing are so heartless. Don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless. They say stay in your lane, boy, lane, boy.
That's real.
We go where we want to. They think this thing is a highway, highway, but will they be alive tomorrow? They say stay in your lane, boy, lane, boy. We go where we want to. They think this thing is a highway, highway, but will they be alive tomorrow? But will they be alive tomorrow? But will they be alive tomorrow? Will they be alive tomorrow?
This production is insane.
They say stay in your lane, boy, lane, boy. We go where we want to. They think this thing is a highway, highway. Will they be alive tomorrow? They say stay in your lane, boy, lane, boy. We go where we want to. They think this thing is a highway, highway. Will they be alive tomorrow?
Nice. I thought it was over. Still very nice though, nonetheless. course. Production felt almost flawless, man. It's just crazy. It was it's like futuristic sounding. I love when production just melts into different sections and they all work. They're very good at that. And then there's like those conscious lyrics. One lyric that really stood out was when he said, "Don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless." So real, bro. Sometimes when you hear pop songs, and I enjoy pop actually, but sometimes when you hear certain pop songs, you'll hear like the most polished, clean mix you'll ever hear, but it doesn't always feel soulful, which is why it's more in pop category versus being in the R&B, which is more soulful. But maybe the song isn't perfect, but it's like has a feeling. And I think when things are too perfect, they lose authenticity and feeling. Like if it feels glossy, but it doesn't. And some pop songs still feel real even with the gloss. And I think those are pop songs that transcend. But like the average pop song, it just feels like that. Like every average pop song you might hear on the radio is like a most clean thing, and it's like, okay, how many people are behind this writing, and then who's pushing this, and is this actually a human thing? Like I know humans wrote it, but is this actually how someone feels, or is this like the most fabricated thing that would work for the sake of monetary gain or popularity or both? And so I feel like that's what they're saying by that. And then if it's a perfect person, no one's perfect. I've never met a perfect person ever. 29 years of Earth, I have yet to meet one perfect person. Therefore, perfect person does not exist. So if you ever see somebody that claims to be that, which for one, it's just a facade, or if somebody does appear that way, you're just not seeing the full picture. So don't trust it. No one's perfect. So I really rock with that. But anyways, let's see what it is technically about. Lame Boy was released on May 3rd, 2015 as the fourth single. The song lyrics follow a theme common to the rest of the album, the band's musical integrity. It's ultimately a song about the tension inherent in being a commercial artist. Promotion. Because if you sell records, you have to risk being labeled a sellout. Lame Boy explores that tension, right? It's kind of contradictory. It's like you want to be free and artistic, but at the same time, lights got to get paid. Tyler Joseph opened up to Alternative Press about the song and his background. I describe Lame Boy as the moment where I broke character, saying things that weren't necessarily artistic or beautiful, but exactly what I wanted to say and what I was feeling. I wrote character, became a frustrated human for a moment. I don't remember needing to say things like that anymore. I remember showing that song to some people and they said, "I don't think you want to say that." And Josh said to me, "Let's say it." Demon time, my boy. Check the clock. No, I'm just kidding. But that's tight. And that's what we need, bro. We need the authenticity. We need the character songs, but we also need the song where your wife takes away the anxiety, and we also need the song where we're criticizing what's going on with the music industry, and you actually feel like that because we're humans and we want to hear real things. So I rock with that. This song is called "The Judge."
When the leader of the bad guys sang something soft and soaked in pain, I heard the echo from his secret hideaway. He must have forgot to close his door as he cranked out those dismal chords, and his four walls declared him insane. I found my way, right time, wrong place, as I pled my case. You're the judge, oh no, set me free. You're the judge, oh no, set me free.
Those vocals is nice.
Oh no, my soul's
Cool tone.
freezing, hell's hot for good reason, so please take me. Na 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 na, oh, na na na, oh, but the fourth one's out. I can tell cause it's a bit darker than the last night's bout. I forgot about the drought of light bulbs in this house, so I head out down the route I think is heading south. But I'm not good with directions and I hide behind my mouth. I'm a pro at imperfections and I'm best friends with my doubt. And now that my mind's out and now I hear it clear and loud, I'm thinking wow, I probably should have stayed inside my house. I found my way, right time, wrong place, as I pled my case. You're the judge, oh no, set me free. You're the judge, oh no, set me free. I know my soul's freezing, hell's hot for good reason, so please. I don't know if this song is a surrender or a rebel. I don't know if this one is about me or the devil. I don't know if this song is a surrender or a rebel. I don't know if this one is about me or the devil. You're the judge, oh no, set me free, oh no. You're the judge, oh no, set me free, oh no. I know my soul's freezing, hell's hot for good reason, so please. Na 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 na, oh oh. Na 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 na, oh oh. Na 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 na, oh oh. Na 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 na, oh. You're the judge, oh no no, set me free. Na na na, you're the judge, oh no no, set me free. Na na, you're the judge, oh no no, set me free. Na na na, you're the judge, oh no no, set me free. Na na na.
Goated. That one's more like a brighter tone one. I really enjoyed that. Again, something I don't even know. I don't know if it's just that these choruses are so good that it feels familiar, or if I've actually just heard these songs in passing, aside from just my skim throughs. But it feels like I heard that too, like that chorus, not the rest of the song really, but just that chorus. Felt like I heard it before. But again, another thing with the song sections are really nice. I think there's some ukulele. Yeah, I see in the about this says some ukulele. That was nice. But it was like bright tones, but then the song melted in different sections. There was like a one part where it was like a bridge and it was kind of a little rougher tones. But then directly after that, it went into like a sweeter tone. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, hold on, what's happening for 2 seconds? But then I was like, oh, okay, word. Yeah, but I enjoyed that track. Musically, The Judge acts as the album's upbeat ukulele track, much like House of Gold on Vessel. While definitely a feel-good sing-along great for live shows, the song also displays the serious philosophical and religious musings of Tyler Joseph. The verse in the song can be interpreted a number of different ways, each shedding new light onto the rest of the album. The song is the album's halfway point, and as such could almost be seen as an act break or interlude with the next 7 songs introducing us to new themes. The song could be seen from 4 different points of view. Okay, interesting. Blurryface is judging Tyler. His worst fears come to the forefront as Tyler begs for mercy, asking Blurryface to let him go. Right, anxiety be gone. Blurryface may be begging Tyler for mercy, trying to wriggle his way further into Tyler's subconscious by seeming more human and sympathetic. Nah, I ain't buying it. This could be Tyler begging God for mercy, asking him to grow impatient. No, not to grow impatient while Tyler struggles to conquer Blurryface. Okay, I could see that. Tyler could be doing the obvious, saying that the audience is the judge. He's expressing his insecurities related to the success of music. It could be a double entendre thing where it's like the character and also the fourth wall thing of the fans and success and reality. But yeah, let's go on to the next record though. Dope record. This next one's called Doubt. Whoa. I'm about to rap on this. I'm about to snap on this. I'm about to trap on this. I'm about to come and snap
Scared
and
of
lap.
my own image, scared of my own immaturity, scared of my own ceiling, scared I'll die of uncertainty. Fear might be the death of me. Fear leads to anxiety. Don't know what's inside of me. Don't forget about me. Don't forget about me.
Nice effect.
Even when I
Bow, bow,
doubt
bow.
you, I'm no good without you. No, no. Temperature's dropping. Temperature's dropping. I'm not sure if I can see this ever stopping. Shaking hands with the dark parts of my thoughts. No, you are all that I've got. No, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Even when I doubt you, I'm no good without you. No, 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 no. Gnawing on the bishops, claw away up their system, repeating simple phrases. Someone wholly insisted, want the markings made on my skin to mean something to me again. Hope you haven't left without me. Hope you haven't left without me. Please. Don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Even when I doubt you, I'm no good without you. No, don't forget about me. Don't forget about me. Even when I doubt you, no good without you. No, no, no,
This one was tough. That song was tough. That one, I felt like immersed within that one. Like I was reading along and listening, but I wasn't like, I was like, it had me thinking about a lot of things in my life at once, which I think is like what a lot of like the songs that I think are the dopest do. Just like make me think about a lot of things within my life while also listening to the song and enjoying the song for what it is and relating to some of the lyrics. But yeah, I definitely would want to see more what they were getting at because I don't think I caught everything the first listen, but I definitely enjoyed it as a sonic experience. Doubt is the A song on 21 Pilots' fourth album, Blurryface. It echoes religious aspects seen most prominently in their earlier works. There are two possible interpretations that can be applied to the songs. The first is that the song captures what it feels like to be falling away from God. Considering Tyler comes from a religious background, it makes sense he communicates a feeling of I doubt you, but I don't want to towards God. He doesn't want God to leave him. He hates the fact that he keeps shaking hands with the dark parts of his thoughts, giving in to doubts and insecurities. He doesn't know if it will ever end. Something which many religious people can relate. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people have their own not I almost said wrestling, but the word is more like confusion or questions when it comes to religion and their perspective of it. You know, some people feel like going into religion helps them more. Some people feel like going away from it helps them, but then they have the conflict of like choosing their own path versus what they feel like they should choose. So that's relatable for a lot of people. The other more sinister explanation could be that sinister Could be that Tyler had already fallen away from God completely and is running towards Blurryface instead for reasons explored in The Judge. It could be argued that Tyler no longer feels connected to God in any tangible way due to the flawed modern-day religious system described in the bridge. Instead, has decided to plead with Blurryface for forgiveness, asking him not to forget about him so that Blurryface will grant him artistic inspiration and success. Okay. I'm not gonna question if it's the second one. Let's just say it's the first one. And we'll just go with that. But if it is the second one though, that's real too though. To be honest, like either way, it would be real. I'm half joking, but definitely second one was a lot more dark. Let's go into the next record though. Still a dope record. This next record is called Polarize.
Help me down. Those stairs is where I behind all my problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I, we got a lot of problems. You know where I'm coming from, though I am running to you. All I feel is tonight, tonight, tonight. You. I wanted to be a better brother, better son. Wanted to be a better adversary to the evil I have done. I have none to show to the one I love. But tonight, 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 you help me polarize, help me down. Those stairs is where I'm behind all my problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I, we got a lot of problems. Polarize is taking your disguises, separating them, splitting them up from wrong and right. It's deciding where to die and deciding where to fight. Tonight, tonight, tonight. Oh. I wanted to be a better brother, better son. Wanted to be a better adversary to the evil I have done. I have none to show to the one I love. But tonight, tonight, tonight. Oh. Help me polarize, help me down. Those stairs is where I'm behind all my problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I, we got a lot of problems. We have problems. We have problems.
Check out this freestyle. Listen.
Domingo en fuego. I think I lost my halo. I don't know where you are. You'll have to come and find me. Domingo en fuego. I think I lost my halo.
This song vibing.
I don't know where you are. You'll have to come and find me. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I have problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I have problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I have problems. Help me polarize, help me out. My friends and I have problems. We have problems. Singing out, singing out. We have problems, yeah. I wanted to be a better brother, better son. I wanted to be a better brother, better son. I wanted to be a better brother, better son.
Kobe. That song was hard. That song had me grooving. That's how you know if I rock with a song for real. If I get really hyped and turned up, or if I'm really grooving to it. That was a nice record. I don't think it was like a. Actually, I don't want to guess what this one was about. I feel like this is another one where it kind of maybe it went over my head because I was more. Sometimes I listen to records and I get, even though like I was looking at the lyrics. I was more focused on the production, and the production felt so like wavy to me that I was like intrigued by that. So I'm just gonna read the about to see what they were singing about. But I like that record. The 9th track on 21 Pilots for the album Blurryface blatantly presents the struggle between Tyler and Blurryface. The word polarized means to separate into opposing concepts, which is exactly what this album is about. The song encapsulates Tyler's struggle to separate himself from Blurryface, who represents his demons, anxiety, and depression. Excuse me. As it approaches head on the topic of Tyler's struggle to remove himself from Blurryface, the track could be interpreted as the climax of the album. Word. Get away from Blurryface, man. He ain't no good for you. Let's go on to this next record. This next record is We Don't Believe What's on TV. Smart. I don't believe nothing because I don't trust none of y'all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We don't believe what's on TV because it's what we want to see. And what we want, we know we can't believe. We have all learned to kill our dreams. I need to know that when I fail, you'll still be here. 'Cause if you stick around, I'll sing you pretty sounds and we'll make money selling your hair. I don't care what's in your hair, I just wanna know what's on your mind. I used to say I wanna die before I'm old, but because of you I might think twice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright, second verse. What if my dream does
Second
not
verse.
happen? Would I just change what I've told my friends? Don't wanna know who I would be when I wake up from a dreamer's sleep. I need to know
I like the tone of this
when
guitar.
I fail, you'll still be here.
It's really nice to hear.
'Cause if you stick around, I'll sing you pretty sounds and we'll make money selling your hair. But I don't care what's in your hair, I just wanna know what's on your mind. I used to say I wanna die before I'm old, but because of you I might think twice. I don't care what's in your hair, I just wanna know what's on your mind. I used to say I wanna die before I'm old, but because of you I might think twice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh.
This harmony is beautiful. That song was tight. That was one of the more beautiful songs I've heard from them. Highly enjoyable record. Highly enjoyable record. That record was so tight to me. Tonally, but like also it was kind of like sweet what he was saying. At least what I interpreted from some of the parts he was saying. Like when he was like, you know, I used to want to be gone before I get old. But he was like, you with you? I might stick around. I ain't gonna lie. You know, it might be worth this. You know, that's deep to say that. Like, you give me life. Like, you make me want to be here. But yeah, other than that, like sonically, it was a really nice, like sweet tones on your ears, which I really enjoy. We Don't Believe Us on TV interplays two of Tyler's personalities in Blurryface. That his aspirations will not turn out and that he'll have his loved ones regardless of what happens. Real. Although Tyler remains uncertain, he knows that he can at least look past the superficial. To his wife, family, friends, and fans, Tyler shared during one of his stage performances that he wrote this for his mom, lyrically and musically. It is similar to the other song he wrote for his mom called House of Gold, which is also played on the ukulele. Ah, that's what it is. Yeah, that ukulele just sounds nice on your ears and appeared on 21 Pilots 2013 album Vessel. Let me know if you want me to react to Vessel. I'll do it when I get a chance. Directly follows Polarized on the album since this is the first truly upbeat song track on the album. I mean, I feel like there was another. Oh, Polarized. You're talking about Polarized being the first upbeat. Okay. It would seem that things have started to get better after he has run towards God for help and discernment in the previous song. Right. Oh, I think they might have been talking about that song as the more upbeat, but I felt like there was one more that was upbeat as well. But I get what they're saying though, as far as like more positive tone. Either way, let's go on to the next one. We got like 4 more records, and then that'll be the reaction. But thank you for staying if you made it this far. This next record is Message Man. I love these like reggae inspired runs.
I'm wandering on the run, so I'm taking this moment to live in the future. Release me from the present. I'm obsessing on these questions. Why I'm in denial that they tried the suicidal session. Please use discretion when you're messing with the message man. These lyrics aren't for everyone, only if you understand. Please use discretion when you're messing with the message man. These lyrics aren't for everyone, only if you understand. My people singing. My people singing. Hope you're dead, cause how could you sleep at a time like this? People, they rhyme like this, we're all impressed by this. They rip it, flip it, but these are just triplets. Wrote this in 3 minutes, 3 words to a line. It's just poetry divided. I'm the kind of guy who takes every moment he knows he can fight it. In music to use it, for others to use it. You're dead, cause how could you sleep at a time like this? Life is up here, but you comment below. And the comments will always become common motivation to promote your show's next episode, so your brain knows to keep going even though it's far from this moment. But you and I know it gets better when morning finally rears its head. Together we'll lose us, remember the future. Remember the morning is when night is dead. Release me from the present. I'm obsessing on these questions. Why I'm in denial that they tried the suicidal session. Please use discretion when you're messing with the message man. These lyrics aren't for everyone, only if you understand. Please use discretion when you're messing with the message man. These lyrics aren't for everyone, only if you understand. My people singing. My people singing. My people singing.
I love when they do those like pretty chords at the end of their songs. My people singing. Okay, my people be singing. Okay, my people be calling my line, cause my line be ringing. You know I'm just trying to shine, just like I be blinging. You know I'm just trying to rhyme, not only when it's convenient. We'll just stop at that. No more freestyles the rest, cause I did good the first couple times, so I ain't gonna ruin it. Anyways, nice record though. That record was cool. Another one where I feel like I wanna just read the about, because I feel like I can interpret this a few different ways. But obviously that's just me. I don't want to. Sometimes I can guess and be like, oh, this is what the song's about. Sometimes it just takes me a few. But I like that record though. As far as like a listening experience, Message Man calls for real attention to 21 Pilots lyrics, which have typically addressed bold themes like depression, celebrity suicide, and inner conflicts. The title is a play on words. In the chorus, please use discretion when you're messing with the Message Man. It's not only a direct nod to people who judge a song by sound, but also call out to people who don't pay attention to the lyrics. Chill on me. I was gonna go through the lyrics after. I was gonna do it after. No, I'm just kidding. They're not talking about me because I mean, if that was the case, I wouldn't go through the annotations. They're just saying for people who just like listen to stuff but don't actually like see what's there. That's actually the opposite of what we're doing. That's why we're reading these. The comma in Message Man found in the official lyric booklet implies that there is no specific Message Man, but instead a message that multiple are missing. Damn. The song was written and released at the same time the band was receiving new mainstream attention. Vessel has spent time high on the Billboard 200, so a call to attention and discretion for their message seemed appropriate. It's a rap-based sound, and lyrical themes were later echoed by Levitate of the following album. Word. Okay, word. That's dope. Yeah, I definitely wasn't thinking that at all. But it's kind of like Hey Ya, where he's like, y'all ain't listening, y'all just want to dance. That idea, I kind of like that idea a lot. 3005 is my favorite song, and if you listen to it, it just sounds like, if you just listen to the chorus, it sounds like a love song, but the lyrics are like existential and like honest. But let's go into the next record though. This next record is Hometown.
A shadow to despair at me, spirits in the dark awaiting. I will let the wind go quietly. I will let the wind go quietly.
Be the one to take my soul and make it undone. Be the one to take me home and show me the sun. I know, you can bring the fire, I can bring the bones. I know, you make the fire, my bones will make it grow. Where we're from, there's no sun. Our hometown's in the dark. Where we're from, we're no one. Our hometown's in the dark.
This one like has an electronic feel.
Hometown's in the dark.
Shadow to despair
Okay. Yeah.
at me, spirits in the dark awaiting. I will let the wind go quietly. I will let the wind go quietly.
Put away all the gods your father served today. Put away your traditions, believe me when I say. We don't know how to put back the power in our soul. We don't know where to find what once was in our bones. Where we're from, there's no sun. Our hometown's in the dark. Where we're from, we're no one. Our hometown's in the dark. Our hometown's in the dark.
Hometown's in the dark. Beautiful, son. The dark. The dark. That was so catchy. I do like that a lot of their records, by the end of your listening experience, you can remember the hook. Because that makes me want to sing it back. So if I was at their show, even if it was my first time at their show, I would be singing it back. I think that's a really smart thing to do. And like, you know, almost everyone does it, but not everyone does it well to where it like feels actually catchy. So I think they're good at that. I definitely had like a more electronic feel, like an older school feel. Oh yeah. See, I see the about describes it better. They say with the distinctly 80s esque. Definitely felt like that 80s esque. But I was saying the lyrics had like, it seemed like a little darker, but at the same time, again, I don't want to be assuming, so I'm gonna read this about. With a distinctly 80s esque feel, Hometown delivers lyrics with a double meaning. Firstly, they describe the artists' lives as Christians in a world that doesn't know or understand what they believe. Tyler Joseph speaks to God, pleading for redemption, as well as to the masses, imploring them to realize that in the grand scheme of things, they are powerless without faith. Secondly, the lyrics nod to Blurryface, further describing his character as well as speaking generally about the effects of depression and other mental illness. This was a heavier one. That's what I felt. I felt like it was a little heavier one. I guess darker is not always the best word to use. I think heavier would be better. Because, I mean, yes, it is darker, but also, like, it has weight. It's not just, like, it's not dark for the sake of darkness. It's not evil for the sake of evil. It's, like, these are things that go on in life. So, it's cool that these things are represented in the music because I feel like it makes it more authentic. But really cool record, though. Let's go to the second last record. This one's called Not Today.
I don't know why, I just feel I'm better off staying in the same room I was born in. I look outside and see a whole world better off without me in it, trying to transform it. You are out of my mind. Oh, you aren't seeing my side. Oh, you waste all this time trying to get to me, but you are out of my mind.
Okay, but listen.
Yeah. Listen, I know this one's a contradiction because of how happy it sounds, but the lyrics are so down. It's okay though, because it represents, wait, better yet, it is who I feel I am right now. You are out of my mind. Oh, you aren't seeing my side. Oh, you waste all this time trying to get to me, but you are out of my mind. Heard you say, not today. Tore the curtains down, windows open now, make a sound. Heard your voice, there's no choice. Tore the curtains down, windows open now, make a noise. Oh, don't you test me though, just because I play the piano, it doesn't mean I'm not willing to take you down. I'm sorry. I'm out of my mind. Oh, I'm not seeing things right. Oh, I waste all this time trying to run from you, but I'm out of my mind. Heard you say, not today. Tore the curtains down, windows open now, make a sound. Heard your voice, there's no choice. Tore the curtains down, windows open now, make a noise. You are out of my mind. You aren't seeing my side. You waste all this time trying to get to me, but you are out of my mind. Heard you say, not today. Tore the curtains down, windows open now, make a sound. Heard your voice, there's no choice. Tore the curtains down, windows open now, make a noise.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna thumbs that up. I ain't even gonna lie though. Until halfway through that record, I literally was about to say, this is the only song where I feel like it's a very generic rock song, to where it's like it was still good, but I was like, oh, this feels like a generic song. Like I was like, oh, I feel like they have crazier songs on here, and then they completely surprised me about the ending and with all the harmonies and everything. Pleasant record, not gonna lie, that shit was fire. Like at first I was like, okay, cool. I was like, when the song stops, I'm gonna be like, okay, this one was like not the best. And then they surprised me. I was like, oh, all right, you got me. I'm gonna come clean. You got me. Dope record. Now today is the 13th track on 21 Pilots for the album Blurryface. The track features a relatively upbeat instrumental and vocals, yet contrasting semi-depressive lyrics. Most of the song seems to show a conversation of sorts that is taking place between Blurryface and Tyler, the band's lead singer, as well as Tyler talking to the listener. Word. I was wondering who he's speaking to, because a lot of these records are speaking to different people, but word. Let's hear this last record. I'll say my final thoughts, and that'll be it. Thanks for chilling if you made it this far. This song's called Goner.
I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I wanna be known by you. I wanna be known by you. I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I wanna be known by you. I wanna be known by you. Though I'm weak, beaten down, I'll slip away into the sound. The ghost of you is close to me. I'm inside out, you're underneath. I've got two faces, Blurry's the one I'm not. I've got two faces, Blurry's the one I'm not. I need your help to take him out. I need your help to take him out. Though I'm weak and beaten down, I'll slip away into the sound. The ghost of you is close to me. I'm inside out, you're underneath. Though I'm weak and beaten down, I'll slip away into the sound. The ghost of you is close to me. I'm inside out, you're underneath. Don't let me be gone. 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 Don't let me be! Don't let me be!
Well, damn. same thing where I was about to be like, okay, cool, nice ballad, but I actually enjoyed it. And that one was actually more clear, I think, to me. I think it was like about him separating from Blurryface, which is like the character who represents his fears and anxieties. And then I think the I Want to Be Known by You has to do with his relationship with his fans, if I'm interpreting that part. But I do know for sure that he was talking about separating from Blurryface at one of the parts. I'm not sure about the I Want to Be Known by You, though. But we're going to see. That was a great way to end the project. Really nice project. We're going to read this about. I'll see my final thoughts, and that'll be it. Garner takes the album full circle and represent frontman Tyler Joseph defeating Blurryface once and for all. Right, like get him up out of there. Now today it appears that Tyler had achieved a small victory over Blurryface and comes to terms, but in the song Blurryface has come back. Tyler pleads for someone to help get rid of him, the darkest side inside of him, most likely God. Tyler 21 Pilots first developed the idea of Goner back in 2012. That version was more simplistic, being played on an accordion, repeated verse 1 of the song several times. The accordion's creaky noise was meant to represent a new shit and someone hanging from it. God damn, what the hell? This is worth the sound. I wasn't even gonna play the sound. That needs the sound. The 2015 brings back the accordion, but now it blares out in full force with the rest of the vocals and instruments in the outro. In contrast, the 2012 version, where Goner has a more somber, eerie tone, the climax of the 2015 version indicates that Tyler is not going to give up. He's going to keep fighting against Blurryface, as you should, man. Get that fear and anxiety the fuck on. Either way, though, really nice project. I don't know. I think I would say that it's a great project. I definitely would say I enjoyed Trench a little more. However, just not comparing it to anything else, enjoying it for what it is, I really like what's here. There's a lot of good messages here. Real messages too. Not even necessarily good. I mean, I guess some of them, yeah, but more so real messages here. Really dope production, singing, rap parts. I'm a hip hop person, so you know I'm always appreciate the hip hop influence. This is a raw album. I definitely see 21 Pilots fans. I see why you rock with this one. I rock with them. Between this and Trench, I really rock with them. I gotta maybe listen to Vestal if you guys want me to. Other than that, thanks for watching this video. Let me know if you want me to react to anything else. It doesn't even need to be this band. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you made it this far, you're goated. Thanks for being part of the evolution, because I would not do this if it wasn't for y'all. Y'all motivate me for real. So thank you again, and no matter what you do in this life, make sure that you
keep evolving.
Peace, y'all.